Hello.
Hi.
Awesome.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody. I hope if you're out there and you're watching and you're listening, before it's awful to start with, are there any technical issues with the audio that I now need to fix right now? That would be a thing that I would love.
Can you all hear Declan?
Can you all hear me? And is there an echo? Because I then have to figure out where the echo is coming from.
No, that's
Coming
in
from
the
way
cave.
back cave, obviously.
Sorry that I were on the same.
One time I would need there to be an echo. There isn't. Deadly. Okay. Perfect. Thanks.
We're so ready.
Jules
We're
and
so in
gods.
sync
And
already.
telepathy. Yes, we're there. We're ready. You didn't. No one saw the subtitles where Dahi announced that we are unreliable narrators because we are the worst. We are the absolute worst.
I mean, come on, look. It's if they've watched any other episode, like
Quite true.
that's the theme of the show, the unreliable.
Yeah. I should. You know, next season.
If I was,
yeah.
I mean,
if I was
everyone
writing
else
my
is
Leaving Cert
unreliable.
English essay about this, that would be the terminology I'd use to impress the teacher.
Yes, but you didn't do the work. Yes, but I am an unreliable narrator. That doesn't get you any points.
Yeah, that's me.
You still
I
failed.
didn't read any of the text.
It's my extreme self-awareness that really should get me through this.
Yes.
yes.
I hope everybody is good. This is a long time coming, folks. But do you know what?
Yeah.
Screw it. We beat the D&D curse. We got a schedule together and we stuck to it. So take that, TTRPG scheduling session curses. You are very welcome along. If this is your first episode of Random DMs, it's weird to start at the end. Which, to be fair, we did actually start with. We did start with the end. We started with the end, so I fared. We love a.
I think any stream. If you're gonna start at the end of any campaign, Random DMs is probably one to start because that's pretty random. That's pretty
Yeah, you can catch all the VODs over on YouTube. So the other episodes are all up there for you to check out and see. I will chat a little bit more about Rhiannon. I was about to say Rhiannon DMs. The other show that we run where Rhiannon's DM the game.
All Rhiannons.
It's just all Rhiannons.
All Rhiannons.
There is a couple of things to quickly mention at the top of the show. And then I am going to hand over to our first DM because this is random DMs. Every session the DM can change. So we play one adventure. We play established campaigns. We started with Lost Mines of Phandelver. We will be moving into another campaign with some familiar faces and some new faces joining us for that next excerpt and that next little sojourn into randomness, all of which is determined by the roll of a dice at the end of every episode. But because this is the finale, we have decided that Osfire, Thalia, Deceit, and Oster are going to each take a turn at truly recounting what happened in those final moments in Wave Echo Cave, as we bid our heroes farewell for this session. Who knows, one or two may be back soon. But before we get into our story and before I kick things off, I do want to quickly make a couple of announcements. If it's your first time here, we are D8 Dungeon. We are a group of Irish tabletop role-playing game enthusiasts who stream and podcast regular content all around TTRPGs. And we are... we produce Random DMs, Beyond Horizon's Edge, a brand new series. The next episode is out next Monday. God, I have to plan for that too. We also publish a award-winning podcast called Romancing the Dungeon, with a new episode out this Friday. And I promise we are very close to the finale of that. I've been edging the audience for too long, but we are very, very close to that. And then we have Random DMs. We have a new show, hopefully starting in the new year, called... Well, not a new show, a new season of our Gothic horror series, Saving Grace. And there's plenty more other stuff out there to mention. Check us out on social media if you're not already following us on all those platforms. D8 Dungeon everywhere. I am an edger. Yeah, I've edged the players as well. Look, it's just it's my kink. Okay, it's my kink to just not actually give any details ever to anybody and just slowly put them out there. And I'm the world's best marketer, or a total fucking tease. I haven't decided. But it is those kind of adult themes. I'm actually going to give you advantage. You have inspiration, Dahi, for that one. I appreciate a good. I appreciate a good little throwback. And I want to mention our some new friends of us or ours here at D8 Dungeon, and they're hopefully going to be your friends too. We have started working with Mystery Dice Goblin, a D&D Dice UK shop catering to all your TTRPG needs and requirements and accessories, located in the UK. They have a bundle of goodies. My personal favourite is the mystery bag. Where you can get a random, and I actually got a mystery. I actually got a mystery box recently. I'm waiting for it to arrive over. It should be here soon enough. But you get an unknown set of dice, and I also in that mystery box got a couple of unknown or random or mystery pins as well. I'm starting getting into pin collecting. I don't know if that's a thing people do anymore, but I've started getting into it.
It is. It's an endless bottomless pit of despair.
Huzzah! I'll add it to the other bottomless
Another
pits
one.
of despair that I exist in. Yay! If you use the code D8 at the checkout, you get 15% off your order, and on top of that, we get 20% of what you of your order. So when you shop at mysterydicegoblin.com, you are saving money, but you're also helping us produce more content, buy new equipment, pay more artists to do artwork for us, the whole shebang. So you get dice, they get your business, and we get your support. So it's kind of win-win-win for everybody. So do check out mysterydicegoblin.com. And oh yes, and we are running a competition with them at the moment as well. If you head over to our socials, you will see a lovely little infograph. All you have to do is make sure you are following D8 Dungeon and Mystery Dice Goblin, or D&D Encounters as they are known on some of their social media channels. And if you tag 2 friends that you would share the prize with, you are going to win 3 mystery dice bags. Now, I'm not saying you have to give those to your 2 mates, but you know, D&D is more fun when everybody's playing together and not just edging the party. I am going to... I think that's it. I think we're very good. We're going to take some time at the end for Wayne, Philippa, and Dahi to share a little bit about what they're working on, promo some other bits and pieces, and where we can find them. But for now, I think we might jump into some echoey caves. But before that, we cut back to the tavern, and with all of you sat round, the evening has the weather outside has kind of turned. And while we whiled away the afternoon and the early parts of the evening discussing the more triumphant, I think, part of the exploration of Wave Echo Cave, Deceit, Thalia, and Osfire, you notice that even with the fireplace kind of burning, there's a nice glow coming from it. There is a chill that seems to have settled in the tavern, and Oster has kind of gotten a little quiet, particularly Osfire, as you were recounting the next stage, the battle with the big bad, the elusive and mysterious spider. And all of you notice the Air Ganassi barkeep sort of just kind of nursing a small little glass cup kind of back and forth, like not really sipping from it, not really, just kind of drifting into thoughts. And he snaps himself out of it. I think we're good there, right? We've done, we beat him, and it all kind of worked itself out, and that's there's no point really dwelling on.
Hang on there now. I was just getting to the bit with the, and all that happened. I mean, that's some of the best parts, and then we find that. I have to finish the story, boy.
You see him kind of shift a little uncomfortably. It's all, and he nudges his journal, like his collection of papers that he's been kind of the entire time that you have reunited. It's kind of always within arm's reach of Oster, and occasionally he has flicked it open and turned to, well, no, actually it wasn't 2 barrels of apples, there was 1 barrel of apples, and they did really appreciate Deceit's costume. So it's these little details where they are very much just it's Oster's actually, and just sort of trying to correct the story as he went. And for the first time, really, you see him just kind of close it, and he kind of pushes it to kind of away from him. Why don't you get started on it, Ossifier? And he kind of looks at the book. I think I think I might put on a pot of coffee, chamomile tea, Deceit.
Yes.
I suppose, boy, you go on and get those drinks then. You sort yourself out, and the others. I'm fine here with my ale. I've got it. I'm good.
He gets up from the table and he kind of nods at all of you, and he moves into the back kitchen again, once more, kind of ducking behind the bar, and just you can hear him again, kind of prattling and maneuvering through.
I'm just very curious, and please forgive me. I'm not usually this deceitful, if you might excuse the pun, but why is the boy so interested in this book? When I start flicking through the pages,
I was
defiant.
going to say, can you hear me?
A little low. I can boost.
I don't know why. What's happening? Do I sound okay now?
Yeah, no, you're definitely audible. What I'll do is I will give it a teensy boost.
I'm turning up my mic on. Oh.
Okay.
Does that sound better?
Yes. Yeah.
Lovely. I don't know, I think I had muted myself and my microphone was like, that means shh forever. So I was like, okay, I get it. I talk a lot, but... Okay.
Also, I had my headphones turned down. So you might have been fine for everybody, but I just had my headphones turned down.
No, you were quiet, but you're better now.
Okay, I'm glad I haven't like jump scared anybody with headphones on who's watching. But I guess Deceit turns to Oscar and just says, I must not be remembering everything that happened. So was there something that went down to really spook him, or something that he doesn't like remembering?
I mean, at this point of the situation, we found ourselves getting very violent. And,
True. At
the
the same time,
the boy is a natural though. He's able.
True.
His kill count was pretty high.
We did have
Overall.
I do. Nadia leans forward at this point. It's like, and I do remember. I mean, obviously, we're all amazing, me particularly, but I do remember we had just had a hard fight, and now we have another one coming. I don't remember all of the details though, but I am a completionist, so sort of thumbs open the journal as well as like.
Yeah, I mean, I do remember you got your lion's share of the fight.
Oh, yes, very good. Thank you. Across the circle.
Does he just kind of like
Tufted lion
claws their
arms.
way to the book just to kind of like peek over it? It's just like, what is it that this boy is so sensitive about? We had a positively, we had a practically a bakery of murder and catastrophe before. Like, could it really have been that bad? Like, it was just, you know, cakes and buns and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, when I retell a story, I'm very aware that the audience might be very squeamish, and my descriptive nature, while it tends to be on the overly zesty side, I felt the need for elaboration on that part for the cakes.
Confection.
So, sure, sweeten the tale, I suppose. So, I mean, and I start flipping through the pages of the book.
Aspire, as you're kind of flicking through it, and to see you're kind of, it's that like, just, oh, I'm not really interested, but like trying to like get a look. It's like, oh, that's it. You notice this chronicles an awful lot, kind of Aspire, just as you're kind of flicking through it, but those first few pages, there's about maybe 17 or 18. The ink is slightly faded, but there's different drawings, there's notes, there's almost like little nuggets of wisdom about, like, if you cake yourself in mud, you mask your scent, and you can also blend into mud as a disguise, and then kind of like ask Deceit about shading, and then like brackets throwing shade bracket, like just all these little like, and it's a chronicle of that time in Phandelver, and there's you're getting through it, and you, like, as you kind of get to those last few pages, you notice that the details start to dwindle. Like, those notes start to get a little, they're not as intricate, they're not as complete, almost. It becomes very matter of fact. And the last page, there's sort of a list of like the kind of the reward and like the loot and like bits and pieces that Oster kind of was given as part of his share, like just kind of like, oh, like kind of like almost like a receipt almost of, these were the things that I received as part of my first job that I was paid to do. But then at the bottom of the page, it's just it was over and they were gone. And that's all. That's the last entry.
I kind of check to see if there's any more. I kind of flip to the back and check the pages, and then I'm like, I close the book and put it back where it was, and like, that's very matter of fact to the boy. He didn't really go into any flowery detail.
No, I think.
I thought he would have learned something from it, but
I think he might have been a little upset about it ending.
I mean, maybe it was a significant amount of violence that soon followed. Maybe.
I don't know.
I mean, he did kill that goblin family already, so, you know, is it that different?
I don't think it's the violence, really. I think he might have been upset that it was over.
Well,
I mean, look, as an actor, one of the hardest parts about being on the stage is the last show, the finale. That takes its toll on a performer. I mean, I know when I put on the greatest show this side of Neverwinter, I do feel a little bit of remorse towards the end. I feel like, well, I can't astound the same audience again. You know, I'd have to do something different. But you feel a little bit of grief, a little bit of. I think grief is the word. It's like loss. You're losing something.
I mean,
maybe I'm reading into it too much.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, when I finish the last set of a bench press, I always feel good. So, you know.
There's.
And then I think about how great the bench press was. So maybe we just need to relive the memories even more. Obviously.
Maybe. You see, that reunion shows are always really good. Like, they're always really fun. But then you always have that one person who, like, you know, they did too much. They were always doing too much, and they were like, "Oh, we get it. You're a star. You're here. You're there. You know this person's name. You know that person. Like no one like you would know." Um, but there's always that one person who's very upset, who wants to relive the days and gets that finale remorse. And I think our little Oster might be our remorseful one. He might be our Guinevere, is what I'm saying.
Well,
she didn't really do much after our last show.
What I'm saying is we could definitely recount it for him, because what he has in his book is like a list of, it's like a shopping list.
Yeah, we definitely need to add what we remember, because I remember a lot more happening than just getting the loot.
Yes, it was definitely, it was incredibly memorable.
Okay. I think we got to get the boy back in here. I got to finish off my story about the fierce battle that we had with those things with the pointed feet.
Yes.
And
clicky things involved, I remember.
And with that, Osfire, Deceit, and Thalia, a moment later, Oster comes back kind of carrying a tray, and there's a couple of there's a small silver little pot with strong kind of coffee and the very, very delicate aroma of bourbon just sort of sifting on it, and he kind of looks at you, Osfire, and kind of just gives you kind of this one. And then Deceit, there's a glass little pot with, you can see kind of very dried leaves that are slowly sort of just bleeding this really soft, almost sort of sunset yellow through the water. And Thalia, then there is just a very, very tall, heavy wooden mug with just this very, very thick, bubbly foam sitting on top of it. And he kind of sits himself down. He kind of looks at you, Osfire, with the book. We're done then.
Oh, boy, we're going to fill out some of these details of what we're going to do. Because you clearly don't remember the nitty gritty of everything that went down as we were trying to find.
Yeah, I would love to see what you all think. Yeah, please. And he turns the book to you, Osfire, and a little quill.
Okay, well, I'm going to give this to Deceit because Deceit got better pen personship than I have, and I'm just going to dictate because and make sure you get all the flower descriptions in as well.
Of course.
You know how to spell eclairs?
I have a proofreader for that, but I'll run it by her tomorrow. And Deceit just starts. Deceit writes eclairs, and I'm going to let you all guess how they're spelled.
There's 3 Q's.
Eclairs. It's just like E dash and then Claire's like the shop.
Yeah.
Nice. So we fade back into the final part of the last fight that the group had, fighting against bugbears that are dead bodies are now flopped down in a cavern after being beaten to death by Osfire's spiritual weapon. There is, if I'm not mistaken, a amorphous shape that is melted or kind of twisted back into its doppelganger form as the bugbear that was stabbed in the back drops and fades. And the group look up. They hear a scuttling. Fast and kind of pointed. And you see a door to your left as the long corridor with the cavern down below on your right will drop down into the kind of the winding river. And off to your left, you see this kind of open doorway. On the top part of it scuttling up and kind of latching itself towards the ceiling area, you see one long kind of mandible. And this bulbous, hooked, pointed, fanged spider head points itself out of the open door and looks around and then scuttles out onto the ceiling, followed quickly by 2 more. One on the ground, one halfway up the side of the wall, and then the final one following behind. 2 on the floor, 1 on the wall, 1 on the ceiling. As they all look around at you. One of them, you see it kind of rear its head back, ready to spit. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Does
Straight in,
anyone
no
have a
kissing.
copy of? Does anyone have a copy of the Baldur's Mouth Gazette to like smash it?
Yeah. Roll it up.
Ooh, nat 20.
Oh, would you look? Okay.
I'm gonna take a picture. I'm taking a picture.
Not that 20.
A 6.
That's for a total of 24.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
The spiders rolled a natural 1.
Yes.
Slay.
They're going
Ash.
last.
That means I get to
So-
attack them.
So
2 million
deceased, and then who's next after that? Talia, what did you get?
I got 20 non-natural.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
And Oscar?
I thought you were just saying not a natural 20, as in like you didn't get a natural 20. I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
6.
6, and then Osfire rolled. So actually, that'd be a good idea if I brought up the character sheet. Osfire rolled a fucking 3, so he's going last before the spiders. Okay, the seed, it's into you. Go nuts.
Yes. Okay, so what do I see? Do I just see the spiders, or do I see...
You just see these spiders
Animals.
appear. The one is on the ceiling above you. The camera's crawled up. And it's kind of
Ooh.
upside down, head kind of tilting, the mandibles are clacking, and it's getting ready to eat a big lob of what you think to be web at you from its mouth, not its arse, from its mouth. And then you have one that's on the side of the wall, and then there's 2 on the floor in front of you. So they're kind of like in a C shape, as in they kind of go 2 on the floor, 1 on the wall, and 1 on the ceiling, and they're all kind of
Okay.
in close proximity. The 2 on the
So-
floor are slightly back compared to the one that's on the ceiling. It's closer.
Perfect. So the one on the wall and the ceiling, 20 feet of each other?
They're one of the wall on the ceiling. Yes, they will be. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to spend a second level spell slot, and I'm going to cast Sleep,
Okay.
and attempt to put at least 1 or 2 of them asleep, and maybe to get them to drop off the ceiling and wall.
Wow.
So that is a few d8s. I've played D&D before. I don't. Really, I don't. You use an additional 2d8, and it's normally 5d8, I believe. Oh, it would be great if the spell told me right now.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Starting with the creature. 5d8. Okay, cool. I know how to read. Just about. I should have picked out loads of d8s at the start, but I didn't do it. Okay, so that's 78 total. 8 plus... Ooh, that's a good one. Ooh, that is going to be 32 hit points worth of sleep.
They fall asleep. They don't have that. Oh, yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Holy cow, that's insane.
There's a second level spell slot on it, so sleep
Yeah,
is such
yeah,
a goaded spell in early levels. BT dubs, if anybody's
seen it there. So yeah, they don't. Both of them. Just you see the one that's on the ceiling, boom, and its legs kind of like that, literally like that.
excellent.
And then the one on the wall like just flops off, and so the 2 of them are like asleep.
After Deceit's little aria to put them asleep, it's actually a monologue, and it's just really boring. What's everyone's HP like? What are we like? What are we looking?
It's one of those like sleep podcasts.
You are drifting off.
But specifically aimed at spiders then as well. Like,
It's
Charlotte's Web. It's Charlotte's Web.
We follow a peaceful, tranquil spider walking along a coastline.
That'll do, Drow. That'll do.
My HP's fine. I'm good to go.
Also
Does anybody
fine.
have any temp HP currently?
No, I have no temp HP.
Yeah, as far as got full to HP, and yeah, I think everyone was doing okay because I think the battle that we ended on there was
I have
very
some
little.
temp HP. Apparently.
Yeah, no, we decimated though. I mean, like literally,
Yeah.
it was awful.
Yeah,
and then the other fight, we also blagged our way through it. So
Yeah,
So I guess Deceit will do it because it is a bonus action and it's my last use of Bardic. So I'm going to do it because I used a lot of Bardic before doing this. I'm basically going to just set up the fight so all of our melee hitters that aren't me can get up close and personal. I'm going to activate my Mantle of Inspiration. So everybody gets 5 temporary hit points. If you don't already have 5 temporary hit points, you now have them. You can also move up to your movement speed without provoking attacks of opportunity. So our frontliners can get right into the melee and I can scuttle back out of the way.
So, point of order, I made a bit of a mistake there. I was just reading the sleep spell. The first one that you aimed it at fell asleep.
Oh, perfect.
Okay?
Yeah.
Second one didn't.
That's
because you have to subtract the entirety of that creature's HP away, and that there's not enough to cover the other one. So the one on the ceiling drops.
I was shocked that I got both of them. I was like, because I did not roll particularly well on a few of them. But as long as I got the one on the ceiling, I'm very happy. So I'll cast Mantle of Inspiration, hitting all four of us, and then I will scuttle back. I'll use that free movement without opportunities to move back. I'll move back a total of like 50 or so feet, maybe, like to the back of the cave.
Good. Okay. Right, so that is the Deceit's go. It's now into Thalia.
Okay. Thalia feels kind of tired, as if she's had a little bit too much anger going on in her life recently. So she's like, I guess I'll just have to go cool, calm, and collected in this one. Gets her great axe, and whichever spider is the closest of the ones, I think, scuttling towards us, just going to go chopping with that axe.
The closest one is actually the one on the wall. That's sort of up to the left. Yeah.
So that is, get my calculator. 23 to hit.
Oh, I think that does hit.
I haven't done this in so long. Does it 23 hit? I haven't done it.
So that's 16 damage on the first one. And then I have 2 attacks now because I'm level 5. So 16? 16 damage on the first one. And then 15 hit.
That hits, yeah.
Great. So the second one, not quite so good. Just 8 damage on the second one. Damage. I'll take off a couple of limbs, please.
Oh, you do. You rush up with the great axe and you boom, and you chop like the legs, 4 of the legs that are holding it on the wall at the bottom. You cleave those legs, they just flick through the air like just hay. And the creature falls.
Like flick it off, like.
Yeah, it falls and stumbles, and as it's going through the air, you flash down again, and you catch it across the bottom of its body, and you slash deep into it. And you see green ichor, like green frosting, splash out across the floor as it bounces onto the ground, and it's like the remaining 4 legs is trying to grab itself up. It looks very hurt, and it's trying to kind of right itself, but it's just spinning on the spot, and there's green frosting just spilling everywhere.
And with that inspiration, what's it? I'll just take a few steps back so I'm not sort of in range of thrashing. I think you see this is kind of a different side you've seen of Thalia, where she's kind of almost in she's got her leonine face is kind of almost in predator mode now. Before you've seen her in that wild frenzy, now she's like, right, let's get the job done.
Are you stepping away from the spider that's spinning on the spot?
Yeah, I'll step back a little bit.
Okay, it will get an attack of opportunity.
Because Deceit's mantle.
Oh, yes, the mantle thing. Oh, yes, sorry.
The mantle is you move on my turn when I cast it.
Oh,
so it would
never
have
mind.
got
In
you
that
guys
case,
into
I'll just
melee.
stay close.
Yeah.
Cool.
The point of it was to get you guys to run into melee, so I could not be in melee.
I'm helping you. Help me.
In that case, I'll just dodge. Hopefully,
it's very easy. Help me to help you to help them.
Not the official action dice. Just I'm hoping I will be able to avoid these limits.
So are you still going to move away? Are you staying there?
No, I'll stay there.
Right. Okay. So that is the end.
She's tanky. She's fine.
Now, Oster, it's into you.
Okay. So seeing that Thalia has kind of one on the ropes, one is unconscious. Oster is that one that Thalia hit. I assume has it come off the wall?
It has. Yeah, it's on the ground in front of her, and it's kind of just spinning on its 4 legs.
Okay. So it's this thing of he just wants to dispatch it as quickly as possible. So if he can finish it, he is going to again kind of using the movement that Deceit had given him. He's going to also kind of follow Thalia in, but while Thalia went to sweep, Oster kind of jumps into the air into kind of a tucked barrel roll. And then on the ground, he is going to attack it by literally driving his legs. He's basically going to stomp on it. And when land, he'll take a second. It's just that stomp and then screw it, stomp again. So that is a +7 to hit. 13 to hit.
Unfortunately, that misses.
Okay, so
that just misses.
I'm on it, so I'll I'll take my second attack because I take 2
So
attacks.
you spin to the air, you go down at your feet, and it's literally spinning on the spot, and there's this green frosting everywhere. And it just, as you try to bring your foot down, it spins out of the way, skittering to one side, and you land hard, and then move into your second attack.
You know what it is? I'm not rolling with my Oster dice. I'm going to swap those over in a minute. But that was the second one is a 14.
There you go.
That just hits.
Okay. And on the second one, that is a D8. Okay, that's not so bad for the D8. That's a 6 + 4. That is 10 bludgeoning damage. As
you give a swift kick into the carapace of this spider at the back end of it, the bulbous arse of it, and it just caves in, and your foot just moves through it.
Oh.
As green icing is just sprayed all over your legs.
Oh, it's party foam. It's party foam.
Yeah, full on party foam. As you completely dispatch this spider. It's now an X spider. Okay. Is that the end of your go?
I'm going to. Yes, that's it. That's all he's going to do. Okay. So he's going to, again, it's that same thing as, like, now that it's dispatched, he's going to kind of look to Osfire and Thalia to kind of, like, what next? What are we doing next?
Osfire is just going to run up real quick, guiding both one of the other spiders. Just really quick. That's definitely going to hit. It's 4d6. Okay. You watch as Osfire just rushes up, hand out, glowing beam straight into one of the spiders in front of it. It literally goes halfway through the body, and you see the light glowing through the body of the spider as it causes a severe amount of damage into it. And the spider gets blown back, but now with a gaping hole all along its body. And there's kind of singed green frosting now falling everywhere. Okay.
I'm loving the continuation of the confection descriptions. I'm just loving it.
I'm very aware of some people don't like over gore, so I'm totally okay with that. So that is the end of Osfire's go. It's now the spiders. There are 2 left, and the one that's been heavily damaged by Osfire is going to scuttle forward and take a bite attack at him. That is going to hit for a 22. And it's 1d8. That is bang on full damage. 8 + 3 into Osfire. And he has to make a
5 temp HP as well.
Sure. He has to make a constitution saving throw or be poisoned. Yeah. Saves. Con. Oh, well, damn the digital dice. I got a 4. So he takes 2d8 poison damage as well. So 1 to 5, so 6. And he is poisoned. So,
damn.
Initial damage.
Oh no.
And then he is also poisoned. Oh crap! Not that. Grant. Okay, so that is the first spider. The second spider scuttles up, and the Oster will be the closest one. So it's going to try and bite out at you. Actually, no, it's not. It's going to try and shoot a web attack at you. So web attack. That is a 22 to hit.
Would we? So is that it's a ranged attack?
Oh, sorry, it's a ranged attack. Sorry, it's a DC strength check. DC strength check.
So I suppose technically speaking, then I wouldn't be able to use deflect missile on it.
No, I think deflect missile is for ranged attacks. But
this is a ranged weapon attack. It hits a 22. I'll say yeah. If you want to deflect the web, I'll let you deflect the web. It's the last episode. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah, true.
No, to be fair, my dice rolls have been crap, so we'll see if that goes any better. That's a 10, so I assume that doesn't do anything. God damn it! I need to swap these dice out.
You are right. It does not do anything. So
Okay.
you got to put your arm up, and you're too late. And the web just like encases it. It goes up your arm. You see, yeah. So you are now restrained in place as the webbing starts to spread up your arm, and it's like sticking itself to your body. You do not take any damage, but you are restrained.
Okay.
So that's how Spider's goes. Now back to the top of the order, it's into Deceit with Talia on deck.
Okay, I'm going to run forward a little bit, and I'm going to whip out my crossbow and aim it at the one that got guiding bolted and attack with advantage.
Sure.
That is going to be an 18 plus numbers.
That hits.
So I assume that hits. And I'm going to get sneak attack, baby, because I got advantage.
Ignore me. I'm going to be looking for actual Oster dice.
Slate. I don't know what my dex modifier is, but I should know what that is. It was a 23 to hit originally, and that is going to be 11 damage.
Yeah, the crossbow literally zips in through the air. The bolt goes following the beam straight down the cavernous hole that the beam allowed into the spider, right into the butt end of it, and you just see the butt end of it go as the bolt careens out the other side, sticks into the wall, and there's just green frosting everywhere. It's literally Katy Perry at the Nickelodeon Awards.
The goo.
That level of good. So, yeah.
I guess I don't really have anything else to do with my actions. I've spent all my bonus nonsense. Unless I have a spell that's a bonus action, but I don't know if I do. I do not. I will cheer everyone on with moral support. It is not a mechanical bonus, but you guys feel a little bit better. It's like Bardic Inspiration, except it does nothing.
Nice.
The power of friendship.
I will have moved forward a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe about 30 feet. So I'm about 20 feet from the action.
There is literally one spider left that is quickly moving on Oster as he's struggling with the webbing, and also seems to have dropped his dice bag somewhere in the cave. It is now into Talia.
Time for my big axe. Oh, natural one.
Oh no!
So.
Oh no! Okay, so you.
However. Well, no, please tell me the consequence of the natural one first. But I have got a second attack.
You go to swing in, and Oster's kind of stumbling around with the thing, and he's kind of getting in your way as you're going for the last live spider, and the web is just
Careful.
he trips and falls at your feet a bit. And you kind of stumble over him and fall yourself on your knee, and you kind of pick yourself up and go for your second attack if you wish.
I meant to do that. It's doing like a very long lunge. Maths.
I love going for a long
It's not.
Yes.
13.
Unfortunately, 13 just misses. So again, from your knee off balance, you swing out with the great axe, and the spider is too low on the ground. It's like, and it kind of ducks under the blade. You swing over as you try to avoid hitting Oster as he's still searching for his dice. Declan, I don't really think you need to order any more mystery bags of dice, because clearly you have way many.
No, it's ridiculous. I was like going through like different things constantly. Is it these ones? Is it these ones? It's not. It's not these, but they're better. If
you would like to be like Declan and lose all of your dice and your tons of bags of dice, you can go into Mystery Dice Goblin. And you should, because they're cool.
Now in the chat.
I'm ready.
Okay. So, Talia has swung and missed twice due to your webbing getting in the way, and you pick yourself up off the ground. It's now into you. You are restrained. You can give me a strength check if you wish to try and burst from these webs as the spider bears down.
It's a strength saving throw, right?
Strength check.
Oh, strength check. That's a nat 1.
Oh no! You're gonna die.
You watch as
we're slowly getting more and more wrapped in the web.
Struggling as the web is slowly but surely moving across Oster's body, and he slips on the Katy Perry goo, and he just and just like whoop, and Acer tea kettle just lands hard on his back and is very precariously close to the edge before he starts to slide into the chasm below where the bugbear's bodies are. And he's kind of just edging over to the edge. He's like flipping slowly on the goose. Like you just see this look of terror in his eyes with that natural one. Something has to happen. 2 nat ones in a row from 2 different players. Come on. Okay. So is that the end of your goes or anything else you want to try?
I mean, it is technically my hands that are wrapped, right?
You are restrained.
Okay. See, like unless I can kick him, there's not a whole pile else I can do.
Can you take the dodge action as like?
I don't think so with restrained. I think it's the equivalent of like.
So a restrained creature's speed becomes 0. It can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. Attack rolls against this creature have an advantage, and attack rolls made by this creature have disadvantage. The creature also has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Okay, well, can I, since it's my hands that are all gunked up, I'll still take the disadvantage because I assume it's harder to move. I am still going to try and kick this thing's head in. Like that's, yeah,
go for it.
And it is full on. Oh God, I'm not. I'm going to save the image. Because I want to do it. So I'm not going to jinx myself.
I'm very intrigued if it's the same image I have in my head.
I have a 19 on the first roll, but it's at disadvantage, so... Or a 14. So I'm going to take that... Oh, sorry, it's a 15. So a 19 or a 15. So the 15 will hit.
15 does hit.
Okay, and the second one is an 11 or a 22. So the second one's going to miss.
Okay.
But I'm not done, because I'm now... Haha. Okay. Screw you, Spider. I'm taking revenge on that nat 1. I am then going to spend a key point, which is going to allow me to take 2 more unarmed strikes against it.
Go for it.
So we're going to take those on board, and that is a 23 to hit. Does that 23?
No, these are also at disadvantage.
Yeah. So that's a 23 on the first one, or a 26 on that one. So it's a 23. So that one's going to hit. And it's a 23 again, or a 9. So 2 of my attacks hit, and 2 of them don't.
Okay.
So
okay. You kick out, so roll me the damage.
Yeah. And that is going to be D6.
I love that even restrained, Oster like hits like a
17 bludgeoning damage in total.
17 bludgeoning damage. You strike out with your feet, and it's literally just like... It's like a kid trying to learn how to swim, where you're just like kicking out in the pool and the legs are just swinging out in the air, and you crack the spider a couple of times across its carapace body. It's like, and you feel the chitin crack and shatter with green ooze start to ooze out of its green frosting start to dribble out like a burst icing bag as you're trying to decorate a cake. But as the consequences of that one, you are still sliding towards the crevasse. As you give yourself momentum, sliding on the goo, kicking,
That's fine.
as you just see Oster is starting to careen towards it and is about to drop off the edge.
From Oster's perspective, and this is purely from his own imagination, it is that hands are kind of completely bound up, kind of up to almost to the shoulder, and he kind of again maneuvers in such a way that he's able to twist, and he's standing on one leg, and he is doing that Chun-Li full on kick after kick after kick after kick after kick. So 17 kicks to that spider's head.
Of course.
So
okay.
Yeah, that's what I have in my brain.
Yeah.
That's what Oster has in his.
Sure. Of course, it had to be
sliding towards the crevasse.
Yeah. That's not happening.
Charlie's version is like the bit in Charlie's Angels where Drew Barrymore has her hands tied together and she's like, and then she does a little moonwalk.
Yeah, but the moonwalk is backwards.
But it's towards the edge.
Okay, so what's going to happen next is Ozfire sees this and he's like, boy, you want to watch yourself there, boy. And he sees you kicking and he goes to run and try and grab you and try and pull you back, but he is also slipping on the goo. So Ozfire has to do 2 things here. He has to do a dexterity saving throw, not to fall on his ass, and then a strength throw to try and grab you and pull you back up. Okay, they're all both very good rolls. So the dex save is whatever his dex is, which is no modifier. So 17 for the dex, and then the strength is 19. So he slides, plants himself you after being greased up in the halls, he's used to being kind of steady and slippery. So he kind of steadies himself, reaches out and grabs you as your last kick swings in the air. And he grabs your foot as you're full chungling it. And the two of you are there, and you're just hanging off the end. Literally, your other foot is balancing on the edge. Your leg is up in the air. Your hands are tied. And Osfar is just holding on for dear life. And that will be his action for that turn. It's now the last remaining spider. Actually, they should have been, I think they should have been at disadvantage because he is poisoned. Yes, it should have been. They should have been at disadvantage because he is poisoned. Okay, so there's the first row, 17 and 18. This is the second row.
I don't like the silence. I'm not looking.
The dexterity saving throw was a 7. And the strength saving throw was a 2.
No.
So in Osfar's mind, he saved Oster, but for everybody else, Oster is still slipping.
So here's the thing: Oster's not alone now because Osfire is now going after slipping on the ooze, is sliding towards Oster, has grabbed his foot, and the two of them are now going over the edge together. As Talia and Deceit look on, as the last spider goes to bite out at Osfire, you see the look on Oster's face, looking at Osfire, running towards him, grabbing him, and the two of them sliding off the crevasse into the darkness below. It is now the spider's go. The last spider is going to stop, look at the two of them disappear, and run towards Talia as it's going to do a bite attack on you. And that's probably going to hit. That is a 22.
Yeah. She's not wearing much armor. She likes to be free in the battle.
Can I silvery barbs that one?
You can if you want, yeah.
Yeah. We only have 2 of us up here. I need to try and save the hits where I can.
So I have to re-roll.
And I will give advantage to Thalia on her next attack.
So I have to re-roll this. Is that correct?
Yes, you roll another one, and it takes the new one. It takes the lower of the 2, or it takes the new one, I think.
Probably still going to hit. That's a 30-20.
Oof.
Yeah.
Okay. That's 1d8 piercing damage.
Just a bit.
That's 8 points of damage into you, Talia. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
You're good at this. You're good at this. Yeah.
I'm good at con. Let's go.
Oh, wait.
17.
Hold on.
Oh.
Oh, you actually have advantage on you have to take advantage on your next ability saving throw or whatever. So this will trigger the silvery barb. So you get advantage on this.
Oh, okay. In that case,
it says next thing used, not they get advantage on something you choose.
21.
21. Okay. Yeah, you shrug it off as the bite kind of pierces into your ankle, and you just shake your leg.
And the poison comes back out again.
And the spider's fangs are kind of slightly bent, and he's like, and it kind of steps back a bit. And that's the end of that spider's go. And the seed it's into you.
Goodness, I guess we have to do everything, Thalia. The seed's going to run up to the spider that's asleep on the ground, and I guess I'll pull out my rapier and try to stab it. Because it's asleep, it's unconscious. Do I get an auto crit if I hit it?
The one that you're trying to kill, the one that's asleep.
Yeah,
you get to hit it with advantage.
Yeah, but because it's incapacitated.
Yes, it is. I think as far as I'm aware, it's an auto crit if they're asleep. Yeah.
Yes.
The spell here now.
And it's advantage, so I will get sneak attack as well.
Yeah.
I think it's because I did this to a goblin the last episode. So
I think that's right as well.
Yeah, it is. I think it is. I think it is.
Yeah, I think that's right.
It actually doesn't say.
Well, I think it's incapacitated.
Yeah, let's just say it is. For the sake of me having to look through D&D Beyond. Let's just say it is. So yeah, these aren't much of a threat, these spiders. So yeah, go ahead. Roll the dice.
Cool. Yeah, I will do that. I got a 14 plus numbers.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
Plus, I don't remember what the number is. It's plus 6, I think. So how do you do crits? Is it double the dice?
No, I think we said we were going to do it. Like you take the full damage of the first dice, and then you roll the second dice and add that. Plus
so that's automatically going to be a 14 because I'm rolling with sneak attack.
Okay.
And then that's going to be another 7 and 4, 11. So that's going to be 25 points of damage, of piercing damage.
25 points of damage. You drive the blade into the creature, and you drive it to it, like literally your blade goes through, it's the stone underneath. You pull it back out, and it's just twitching with one small breath of life.
Oh, you bastard!
Literally one small breath of life. I just like
almost 1 HP precisely.
And now it's away.
Oh, for goodness! It's always with the ones today, and that's going to be Talia's turn. My God.
Okay, Talia, it's into you.
Sleep and being a rogue is nuts.
Dispatch the spider. Save the other two from falling off the cliff.
I mean, they've already dropped,
It'll probably
right?
be okay.
They've gone. They've gone.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
Oh, you've gone. Oh,
one of them's
well,
a cleric.
in that
It's fine.
case.
Don't worry.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine. One of them can probably jump up. It'll be all right. Right. Let's swing with my big axe.
We're so unbothered.
And this is why that page is almost empty. They were gone. That's it.
21 to hit.
That had to be some trauma.
Yeah.
So 21 to hit.
That's definitely
7 damage. In the first one.
This is going into the one that hits you, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. You swing axe down, and you literally just cleave the spider in two. As it just separates, its body twitches, and it's just pure frosting, just everywhere. Leaving that one twitchy spider just there by itself.
Yeah. I'll run on over to that, see if I can finish that one off with my second attack.
Yeah.
13, 20 non-natural to hit.
That definitely hits. And I think any damage you're going to do is going to obliterate it.
Ooh, I did a good roll as well. 10. So I'm just like, it's like little like sushi spider diced up.
As soon as you did the like actions, I was like, "Are you making sushi in your mind? Are you making spider sushi?"
I'm watching too much Dave the Diver.
Okay, so Talia, is that the end of your go?
Yes. Any movement I have, I use to get back towards the edge, but being careful to skirt around the goo.
Yeah. Okay, so Talia,
what's going on.
Very carefully make your way over towards the edge, and you look down. What you see into Oster.
Oster's an Ergonassi. I'm levitating.
Yeah.
And you're hanging on to me.
Yeah.
I can carry up to 500 pounds. So it's literally that thing of we slipped back and
it's like, oh,
you're
not dead. Good.
Are the spiders dead? Can you get?
Yes,
Can you? No, and you now see kind of Oster trying to pull up. He's holding onto his pants, like he's like desperately trying to hold them up because Osfire is hanging onto the legs of his pants, and they're almost. Osfire is. And he's kind of half gesturing down. He's not levitating. I'm levitating. He's just holding on to my pants. And I can't.
We should probably get a rope or something.
Oh, a belt. Yeah, that would be. Oh no, for Sorry, Osfire. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Osfire. They're going to get a belt, a rope for you.
I guess like Deceit and Thalia will just like fish you guys out, maybe.
Yeah, because Oster is.
I say Deceit. But I mean, it's mostly Thalia.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think I have an adventure's back, so I must have some rope in there. So yeah, dangle it down, do the classic little up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Deceit is doing that thing where because you guys are levitating, it doesn't take any effort to pull you. And Deceit's like, oh.
You're up on fire, I'm not. Come on, on fire.
Actually, no.
So heavy.
I'm behind Thalia. She's actually pulling the rope, and I'm miming pulling the rope.
And
thank you for your help, Deceit.
On that,
you've got to get the practice in somewhere.
We switch to Deceit, snatching the book. Well, you have the book, but it is that thing of no, a rewrite time. Uh,
You know what?
Definitely
I
helping.
think it lacks a little bit of drama. Like, I mean, look, yes, this is probably what happened, I guess, maybe,
What?
perhaps, but let's spice it up a little bit.
Hang
Let's
on,
let's
we
let's
had
get
the
a little bit
drama. We
exciting.
fell off the side. He was levitating. I was hanging.
Oh, yes, but that was well, anyway, allow me to refresh our memories as yes, I remember what happened. I remember what happened. So allow me to refresh your memories with the perilous tale that befell us in that cave. We thought we had dealt with all the spiders, but alas, no. Curtains draw back. Wait, where did the curtains come from? Oh, when did Deceit get on stage? They're just on stage again, spotlight up. We had to employ our genius, our wiles, and our skill. And I'm going to do a little skill challenge with you guys. This is something I've been doing in other games recently with a DM of mine. So get ready, get to know your proficiencies really quick. As the stage lights soften, a flash, a bang, smoke. You remember smoke, incense. You remember how that place smelled, a shrill metallic scent. And as the smog clears, you're back in that cave again, with the spiders at your feet, and the dust settles. The battle is over. You guys take your spoils, you help out whoever needs to be helped out in here. You take perhaps the drow back with you. You think, oh, we've defeated this, but the walls begin to quake. The earth beneath you trembles as the sounds of waves, perhaps like waves, skittering creatures like torrential rain on a tin roof deafen you. A tsunami of spider-like creatures bursts out of the walls, up the crevasse, through the water. What do? All there's left to do is run. So we have a skill challenge, and I'm going to tell you very quickly how it works. You guys need to look at your proficiencies. You need to figure out what you, as a character, are doing to help us get out. We cannot use the same skills in the same challenge. And you can only use a skill or a tool proficiency you are proficient with. I'm going to say off the bat, Deceit is going to start off with using their performance skill. That's going to be the skill that they're going to use for the first half, or for the first thing. The DC to beat is 12 on this, on the first. These skill challenges are very transparent, but they're really fun, and they let things be a little wild.
How many successes are we aiming for?
You're aiming for 3 successes. So we're aiming for a majority of success for this tale to go well. We all know that we get out of here, but it's how well we get out of here is what this is going to tell. And Deceit, you can already see, is on that stage back in the tavern, ready to flourish about all of our triumphs. But it might not go very well. So as this tsunami of spiders begins to burst through the caves, what is everybody thinking? What is Oster thinking right now? What's Oster's knee-jerk reaction?
Knee-jerk is he is bouncing into action, literally bouncing. He's acrobatics. He is parkouring off of stalagmites and stalactites. He's got the drow on his shoulder. Like we've captured the spider. We've kind of stopped him from taking over Wave Echo Cave. So we can interrogate him. He's alive. Or we can get more information out of him. So we've done what I guess, and we did find the Rockseeker brother, didn't we?
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we definitely. I mean,
Not yet.
Deceit has glossed over that fact,
Okay,
but
yeah,
like
okay.
whether Deceit is like being fully honest about what's happening
Yes.
right now is, we could cut back to Phandelver and everybody is found and safe. You know what I mean? Like Deceit is trying to get the drama in here.
Yeah,
so.
there was that initial moment where, like, when Deceit started saying on the wall started bleeding spiders, that Oster was like, no, I definitely do not remember Wave Echo Cave bleeding walls of spiders. But
you know what?
You're in
If
charge.
I had one last chance to DM, I'm making it stupid.
I love the drama.
I'm fully expecting every character to turn around and went, that didn't happen, but anyway, we're back in Phandelver. So,
so with acrobatics, and I have a +7 to that.
Wait, athletics or acrobatics?
Acrobatics.
Okay, I am just going to pop into I have a little Word document open that I'm taking everybody's things down in. I will let you know that the skill checks get harder every round, and you cannot repeat a skill check. You cannot repeat a skill proficiency. If I'm keeping track of them. If something's been used, I'll tell you it's been used. You got to use a different one.
Okay.
You can convince me that something is useful here, like deception or persuasion or whatever. If you can convince me, I'll let you do it because it's fun and it's silly and it's goofy and it's the last episode.
And consider it stolen.
If my DM Zachary is watching right now, it is so good. I'll send you like what we normally do with it. It is the best way to just like plow through journeying stuff. So fun, so fun. So deceit is going with performance. We have acrobatics. Sorry, I wrote athletics because you had just said that. Acrobatics from Oster. Thalia, what is your reaction? How are you feeling? What are you thinking? What do you think we should do?
I want to save my athletics, I think. So I'm going to use survival.
Ooh, to try and find the right way out.
I'm looking at like the floor, particularly like back the way we came. What are the where are our footsteps? Where were they leading? That was a safe path, and things like that. Trying to work out the best route for us to get out quickly.
Perfect. That sounds great. And Osfire, what is Osfire thinking in this situation?
So Osfire, being the usual protector that he is, he has his shield up, and the wave of spiders that are coming towards, he's kind of waiting at the back while everyone is starting to move, and he's going to use animal handling to try and direct the spiders down into the crevasse with the shield, just pushing them, like kind of planting his feet, strength, like being strong, but also pushing them with animal handling, directing them, trying to chitter and speak at them and whatever, just pushing them away. Okay. Kind of giving people a bit of extra time to get away because I'm holding on to my higher stats.
Like a crossing guard lady.
I love that.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I be very cheeky?
Yes, you can.
Can I be very cheeky?
Yes,
this
please.
Isn't how this works. However, I do have danger sense. Yeah. Which when I can see, normally what it means is I get advantage on dex saving throws on things I can see, but the way it's described is you have a keen sense of danger. Yeah. So I was wondering if
I'll give you advantage on your survival check for that, and also use class features, use spells, because if you're using spell slots here, in a creative, fun way, that's ways to get more out of this because it's more than just skill checks. It's you're trying to survive here, etc. So that's great. Cool. Let's get into some rolling, shall we? Everybody roll your skill checks. Okay. I don't know what my... I'm using performance, so deceit is trying to, lull them away, I guess. I didn't describe what deceit was doing.
A 5 plus 7 is a 12.
That is an 8 plus... Oh, an 8 plus 10. Damn, I forgot that my performance was plus 10. So let's go 18. Survival is... from Thalia, your survival check was?
A 19.
Ooh.
19.
Oster, your acrobatics was?
12.
12, that's enough. And Osfire, your animal handling was?
I put the picture into our chat. I got a natural 20.
Ooh!
Yes! Okay, nat 20s are great. That will let you choose somebody in the next round to get advantage.
Awesome.
I don't know how to make this thing green right now, but I'm going to just... I will format it in post.
Nice.
What's the total on your nat 20?
22. So I'm the fucking spider whisperer right now.
Perfect. So as you all jump into action, we'll start with Deceit, who is in my first order. You just see Deceit immediately seeing these spiders run in. They think, oh, well, I must distract them somehow. And they begin to cast dancing lights on themselves. And they just turn away and then turn back at the spiders and just stare right at the spiders. And as this steely blue light from the dancing lights shines out at the spiders, they get a little distracted and they start to kind of move away. So more of the hordes start pouring through, and our quick-thinking Oster is just bounding out of the cave. And the reason he knows which way to go is Thalia, having sensed this danger, has immediately started pointing out the direction we came, the fastest way out, also reminding us all not to head past that flaming skull thing in the other room. So you've pointed us in a way skirting us past that, so we're going to avoid that next round as well. And then we have Osfire, who's handling the last bastion against this tidal wave of Arachne. As you see him chittering and bashing with his shield, they all just begin to skirt around, and we book it out of the room. That room is now just teeming with spiders, and as they kind of begin to crawl and push through, we don't know how much time we have left in this cave, as the thrumming, the wave, the echoes of this wave get louder and louder. We don't know if it's from some natural phenomena or if it's from this apparently spiders living in the walls. So we speed our way out of this cave, and we go past the room with the skull. We kind of get into that room with all of those ghouls that we had fought before, and we kind of think, oh no, wait, which way do we go now? And oh Jesus, I can hear the walls starting to crack again. What do we do now? We're halfway through the cave. Let's go to Osfire first, because you were last in the order before. We'll go to you first. What's Osfire thinking as we get to this room? We think, which is the right way out? How do we get out of here and avoid danger? There's still soldiers like kind of patrolling some of the halls. There's still that flaming skull in the nearby room, so we gotta think carefully.
Okay. Osfire closes his eyes and says a quick prayer to his god, and kind of gestures out, and then just shoots a guiding bolt, hoping that the divine sense will guide it to the exit.
Nice. What skill are we using here? Perception?
No, I'm going to use persuasion to tell my god to tell me where to go.
Sure, that's great. Yeah, this is funny. And you're using your actual magic, so I'm going to give you advantage on that, because that is really
nice.
fun. Actually, I'm gonna give you a D6 bardic on it.
Okay.
Nice. Because I feel like it's more, you're getting more inspiration from your god rather than an advantage here. We'll move then to our lovely Oster. What are you doing here?
So I'm gonna try keep.
Oh, sorry, apologies. Osfire, because of your nat 20, you get to choose one of us to get advantage this round.
Yeah, great.
Somebody other than yourself gets advantage this round.
Will I wait until I hear what everyone has to say, and then I say you have advantage, or will I?
You pick from the top of the round. So
okay. I'm going to give it to Oster, because he's probably still a bit dripping with goo after falling off the thing. So.
And I'm going to do something dumb, so thank you.
We love dumb on this channel.
It is that thing where we're running. Oster is like going through his mind, like seeing that Osfire has, like, you know, Spider whispers some of the horde off to the crevasse. He's now kind of going, oh yeah, spiders can be like lemmings. I think I read that in one of the heroes' manuals, that yeah, they're very lemming-like in their. But he's now trying to recall like other factoids, and he quickly remembers that spiders. His mom actually taught him this. To keep the Bard's Quill Tavern spider free, so that Oster wouldn't have to spend half a day decluttering cobwebs, and he could focus on actual other work for them to do. Spiders hate the smell of peppermint. Oster has a herbalism kit on his person in his inventory, and he is rifling through looking for like essential oil of peppermint.
Is he proficient with the herbalism kit?
Yes, he is.
Oh, that's your proficiency you can use here, because you can use awesome. 2 proficiencies here, so you don't have to use a skill. You can use that. And we'll say you can.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not proficient. Sorry, that's a lie. I'm proficient as a cook. I could cook the peppermint.
That's fine. If you use if you've got cooking utensils, that's to do with food. Like peppermint is both food and alchemy. So we can.
So he's literally using his torch, and he is literally setting fire. He's cooking some dried peppermint leaves and oil, and he's just like chucking like wads, like it's like little peppermint potpourri bombs at these things. So that's what he is going to do.
Oster on cooking utensils, and you get advantage here because of our. And we're going to say you can use your wisdom modifier or your dex modifier, whichever you prefer for this.
Okay.
Because I find tools can have like multiple uses in that kind of.
Well, I'm also being quite quick about it. You know, I'm not spending time to like. I'm not Julia Childsing this recipe. I'm like full on like just.
So you're not putting it in the microwave.
20 seconds, quick.
Yeah, no. Unfortunately, not able to today. No, not able today.
Put it in the microwave. And Thalia, darling, what are you going to be doing for this little round?
Thalia,
the DC on this is 14
as
now.
she's
Okay,
running...
by the way.
Okay. This isn't the last one. Thalia, as she's running, has been unwrapping. She normally has like sort of like leather gauntlets on her, like her paws and her feet, but she's unwrapping those. I'm going to use stealth to kind of scout ahead as quickly and quietly as possible, like a little lamb.
Is she proficient in stealth?
To try and like lead us.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Excellent.
To try and like lead us ahead in a sort of a way that avoids as many of the guards
I
as
have
possible.
to think of something else for deceit now. It's fine, don't worry. No, I have about 40. I have about 41 proficiencies. So it's fine.
Ooh!
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I don't have that many.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'll think of that when I think about it. You continue describing what you're doing. And I'll write down that you're using stealth.
Yeah, so I'm like padding along. I was just saying like I'm strong and that's my main proficiency, so this is like a side one. But yeah, occasionally she can be quiet, so she's like, okay, and sort of scouts ahead, like runs ahead of everyone, bounding ahead a bit, and then it's like, okay, hopefully this way seems like the best way.
Deceit is going to head with you. Seeing that you're taking the stealthy kind of like trying to keep us quiet, getting out of here kind of route, Deceit is going to head with you with their thieves' tools and try and pry open any doors that we get to. And they are going to not.
Part of the stealth is just carrying Ozfire to stop him jangling.
That's enough for a stealth roll here, to be honest, because that's enough. You could just say that, and I would have been like, "That's good."
Yeah.
Everybody, let's roll. Let's go. Ooh, okay. What are my
15.
tools? Nice. Oh my god, I got a 16.
I got.
And you get a plus a d6 on it.
Yeah, I got 18 plus 3.
I had advantage.
So I got 21.
So
sorry, I forgot I had advantage.
On 21.
Yeah.
Thalia, what did you get?
I may have dropped Ozfire.
No, you're just banging him off walls, so he's making more noise as we run.
God damn it!
What did you get?
I forgot I had advantage, so I re-rolled again. So my 15 went to a dirty 20.
Ooh,
20. I'm just going to write in brackets, doity. Dirty.
Dirty.
So, yes, so we've got a mixed success, a mixed bag here from everybody. And this is you guys getting out to the forest, getting out of Dodge, so to speak. So as Thalia and Deceit kind of take up the front, everything's going really well so far. You could smell this peppermint in the background to Thalia and Deceit for some reason, and you feel like you're getting through the place at least. And every now and then, Deceit just kind of hears tung, tung, ting, tung, ting, and it's just kind of like, as they're picking locks, it's just like, what is happening? And Thalia is just slapping Osfire by accident off walls, or just scraping him on the floor, his armor. And I'm going to say, Osfire take 1d6 bludgeoning damage for this. And Thalia, as you're making all of this noise, you are going to, does a 16 hit? Okay, yep. And does a 23 will hit too, I guess. You hear whizzing of
does a 23 hit?
Does a 23 hit? You hear the whizzing of 4 arrows, just like, as you can hear, like the guards just like, you were not stealthy about this at all. You alerted some people that you're going to take.
DM, can I ask? Yes. Can I? If Talia's swinging me around over her head, I have my shield out. Can I try and bring my shield down to deflect any arrows that are coming in?
I'm very tall to be.
So I can like swing as I'm clanging and banging.
Roll me a concentration check, and we'll see if you can.
Okay.
See if you can focus on that while being swung around.
Okay. That's another natural 20.
Yes! Okay, you, honestly, I'm not even going to make you, like, roll for anything else here. You, while being swung around, you're used to being the short guy. and you're used to like you've been in battle. You knew this day was coming. You knew it was going to happen, that some large creature was going to pick you up and run around. And you didn't think it was going to be your friend, but at the same time, you're happy that it was you being carried around because you had your shield ready to just whack those arrows out of the air, saving Thalia from any damage in this regard. Nice. All the while, the stench of peppermint is just getting stronger and stronger. And like it started off kind of nice, but now it's like you've definitely kind of burnt that peppermint. So it's kind of like it smells like acrid, but also really minty. And that incense smell, that was that kind of rusty metallic smell of smoke that was throughout the cave, has been replaced by your own smoke kind of smell. Those spiders have absolutely been deterred from going your way. That was a resounding success. Not a single lock has troubled you as you've gone through here. All of the doors just swing open at Deceit's behest.
Yes, through the forest. Oh no.
Osfire, all the while we are following your bolt that your god has sent through. It's actually roll me guiding bolt damage for fun. Roll at a level 2 for the crack. Why not? I'm gonna say your god is really nice. You rolled 15. Over 20 for it, so why not? 15. Yeah. So as you guys are running, there are a few more guards towards the entrance. Not anymore. They have been erased by these bolts of light that have just careened through this cave. And as you burst out into the clearing in the forest that got you in here, you begin to run through the forest back to Phandelver. It's been a while since you've been out here. You got to remember how to get back there and also maybe cover your tracks a little bit. So I'm going to start at the top of the round for our third challenge. Our third challenge is a DC 15. And Deceit is going to go up first. And Deceit is going to use Deception to cover our tracks a little bit and to make it look like there's other people roving about. In a way, they're basically like they've picked up a stick with two sticks with boots and are just doing this as we run along. So we move then down the list to Thalia, my darling. What are you going to be doing in this third and final skill challenge to get back to Phandelver?
Can I
You've also
check something?
Protected your cargo. Yes, you can.
Just one quick question. So the other way we have used, so like I used acrobatics for my first one.
Yep.
Does that mean nobody else can use acrobatics?
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I'll start thinking.
If you are out of just think, cook it up. That's what makes this really fun, is because you have to. By the end, you're sometimes like either saving like Thalia has, or you're like.
I would like to run.
Yes, you're using athletics.
Homeward bound.
Hell yeah. So
that's basically what in the play at this point.
Actor Thalia
is that music starts playing, and it's like, wow, she's so athletic. Whoa.
Hair tossing.
We cut back to the tavern as Deceit has clearly disguised themselves as Thalia, but in a bathing suit, and it's just like dun, 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 dun,
nice.
dun. It's just Bay watching across the stage. It's kind of out of context.
And then one of those anoraks with like the fur around there.
Yeah, that's all it is. And you're all just kind of thinking, wait, they haven't described what's actually happened here. Why are they just running around as Thalia? Anyway, they'll get to it, I'm sure. Probably this is probably some new like theater technique. Yeah, there's definitely a wind machine. I've just hired a druid to cast Gust. So you're using athletics, our athletic girly love.
Yeah, and carrying however many people we remember at this point.
However many people,
just athletics in general.
Whatever actor is playing you on the stage just has 2 bags that they're holding. They're just nondescript people that Thalia can describe later.
Exactly, yeah. Are they friends? Who knows?
Is it lunch? It could be.
She can carry them. Anyway.
Then we move down the list to Oster. Do you want a second? Do you want to wait?
No. I have. I'm being a bit. Oh wait, I have to be proficient in the skill, don't I?
Yes. I will say nobody's used perception yet. If somebody's going to be using that.
So at this point, we are trying to stop. Like,
you are trying to get home to Phandelver. You're in the middle of the woods now. Or you can either do something like try and distract whoever might be following you, would-be pursuers, like Deceit is doing, or you can haul ass, like Thalia is doing, or if you have anything
no.
else.
So yeah, taking a leaf out of, because he's kind of like all of what Oster has been doing has sort of been kind of replicating kind of how other people react. So that sort of springing into action was him impersonating kind of, or like what he's learned from Thalia. The quickfire thinking with the peppermint oil is definitely something Ostfire would probably do, though he probably wouldn't have burnt it as badly as Oster did. So he then goes to, well, what would Deceit do? What would Deceit do? Oh my god, Deceit would lie. So he is going to, but not deception. He's just going to, the way the Deceit lies, persuade people. I'm going to gaslight anyone that comes across to us that we aren't actually, we didn't just escape Wave Echo Cave. We're tourists and we're lost.
Oswire
and we're panicking.
Has used persuasion.
No!
I'm so sorry. Persuasion.
Okay.
What proficiencies do you have left?
I used acrobatics. I have athletics, persuasion, and stealth.
Oh, they've all been used. Do you know what?
Yeah.
I'll let you do it, but you have disadvantage.
Well, hang on. I'll just check my...
Check your tools, and we'll come back to you. Osfire,
yes,
how are we feeling? What would you like to do?
Funny you should say that. I'm feeling shit. So Osfire is being carried by Talia, I hope. While
probably.
Osfire is being carried and bounced, he stows his shield and kind of calms his mind a bit. And I'm going to use my medicine proficiency and cast Prayer of Healing. So everyone gets healed. And I'm casting it. It's a second level spell. So I'm just going to cast it and just heal everyone up.
Perfect. This is to make sure that everybody is healthy getting home, so we're fit and ready to do it. That's excellent. And I'm going to put a little star next to it to say you have advantage on that because you're casting a spell. The thing is about these is if we were doing a skill challenge straight into a fight, you would have used resources to do this. So this is like, using resources is important here. Great. Medicine. How are we feeling, Oster? What else do we have?
I'm gonna try and bluff my way into something with you here. So I took the feat fighting initiated, and I also have the crusher feat. So I'm experienced in the art of crushing my enemies, granting you specific benefits and all that kind of stuff. So I reckon that what Oster is doing is, since we are running and we are like that, we're kind of, he is just flailing his arms around, like he's knocking trees. He is, anything could attack us at any moment, so he is attacking everything constantly. So it is that thing, if he's just swinging his arms, I would just take a dex on it. Like I'm literally just, anything moves, he kicks it. Anything falls, he...
Sure, I will let you roll straight dex, but you have disadvantage. Or you have... Yeah, you have disadvantage. If you're not using a proficiency, you're going to be on in a bad way. This is what in a longer game, there is time for people to discuss what proficiencies you have, etc. But we're on a time crunch, and this is fun and silly.
So the other thing that he was going to do was try. I'm not going to, because I can't use stealth. But there is a thing that I can do as an air ganassi, which is I can hold my breath for a very long time. So he was just going to and just not make any sound. So he was
could do that too.
but I get the disadvantage. So I will take the disadvantage on the dex. So that's fine. No. I literally he's run out of everything else.
Take the goddamn disadvantage. Just wrong disadvantage.
Take the L. No, I'm kidding.
So
this is a precursor to when Declan absolutely ruins my life the next time I play with him.
Yes, I'm having revenge.
So let's start at this. Did everybody roll?
I'm gonna roll now.
Oh, I'm gonna roll. What do I have in deception? Oh, I have +8 or something. +10. Never mind. I got a dirty 20. Yeah, boy. Thalia.
The music is playing. I got a 24.
Oh my god.
We're zooming through the forest. It's great.
Perfect.
Leaping over chasms.
Osfire, how well do you heal our besties up?
I got a 21 on the roll, and everyone is healed 17 points.
Amazing. So not only is everybody healed up, but everybody feels invigorated, and you run that a little bit faster. Oster, how did we get on? Firstly, how did we do?
So I got a 16.
Okay.
And a 6.
So that's a failure.
So that is just Oster shrieking. Like, he's just shrieking as he's running
So
through the woods.
maybe this is why Oster didn't want to remember this part of the story.
I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed.
you have Deceit very masterfully, like, marking everybody and making everybody, like, covering people with, like, leaves and, like, covering our tracks. And we have Thalia making sure we trek efficiently. And we have our healer making sure that we are all fit and ready. Oster is screaming and just shrieking through the forest, holding his breath. He's just like... and he's just punching shit. Oster, I'd like you to roll me a flurry of blows attack roll, like 2 attacks in your flurry, please.
Okay.
Like this all the way to...
So that is a... What is my attack on that? What is the... Oh, that is a 26 on the first one.
Okay.
And a 22 on the second.
Perfect. And roll 2 more for your flurry of blows.
Oh, and then, a 21 and a 15.
Okay, so they're all probably high enough to hit here.
Osfar and Thalia.
I'm just going to roll a couple of numbers here. That is going to be a 38 and a 74. What are they? I've got a random table in front of me. Yeah, let's take that, and let's take, what's 78? Okay. No, we'll take that one. So as Oster is, like, running through, there are just, like, random, like, things, like random, like, you don't know, are they like beasts? Are they boars? Are they like people? There's just like a person just jogging in the woods, and you just like punched out and just knocked out all of these people as you're going. You don't take any damage per se, but like Oster definitely feels like Oster. We cut back to the tavern, and Oster is watching on stage a mimic of Oster just punching random people as he runs through the forest, shrieking while everybody else is doing their best. And with that display of prowess, skill, tomfoolery, shenanigans, our heroes find themselves back in Phandelver. And we have various things, various loot that I definitely went into like a deep description of what they were at some point. You can check the VOD, it's definitely there. I'll edit in later, don't worry, Declan.
Okay.
We get ourselves back to Phandelver.
And as we hand over to Thalia, who will no doubt wrap all this up in a neat little package, with nary a detail or loophole left in the plot, we are going to take a quick little break. So we are going to be back in about 5 minutes. That's enough time for Philippa to just, fix. We'll be fine. We'll figure it out.
It's enough time for Philippa to retcon everything, to be fair. It's fine.
Yeah. Except the shrieking through the woods part.
No, that needs to stay.
So while we go and stretch and hydrate and stuff like that, do the same. Grab a drink, take a stretch, and we will see you back here in 5 minutes.
hello. Welcome back to Random DMs on D8 Dungeon. We're back with me now. It is my turn in the DM seat. So I'm going to make you all suffer by giving you a moral quandary. So, we've just run through the forest. We've managed to escape from Wave Echo Cave. Again, the perspective shifts to all be looking down slightly because we're now in Thalia's perspective, and so everything looks very tiny to her as she is so tall. She's carrying. She put Osfire down now to be able to walk by himself, but she's therefore only carrying two different people, Nundren and the Black Spider. And we arrive back into Phandelver to a gathering of various townspeople, some of whom we met, some of whom we definitely met at some point, but our records don't remember them. But Thalia has produced in the tavern at this point a wodge of state papers, most of them sort of like fumbled up and curled up and covered in coffee stains and things, but she's like, I think these were probably important. And in Phandelver, a sort of short, squat man comes forward. He's holding some rusty keys and he's like, oh, adventurers, thank goodness you have survived. It is time to lock up this criminal, and I hold the only key. My name is Harbin Wester. I am a real NPC from this adventure that you haven't met yet. However, I am very important. I promise. I hold the key to the town jail. Let us lock away this criminal. However, at this point, various other people pipe up. There is an elven woman who pipes up and says, no, I think I, Halia Thornton, should take this horrible criminal away to be punished by the Zentarim, who I represent, and we shall deal with him. And then a halfling lady says, no, I think, my name's Quellin Alderleaf, you didn't meet me, but again, I'm quite nice. I think that we should be practical here, and we should just lock him up and throw away the key. And then finally, someone you do remember, Darren Eldermath, who you helped save his orchard, he's like, no, let's be really practical, and we should kill him. And Harbin says, oh no, we all have different opinions. I suppose the outsiders who have no influence on our village and the rest of the time should decide what happens. Let us sojourn to the county jail, come courthouse, come prison.
Can I?
You find yourself,
I really hope that Thalia is doing this with finger puppets, like that she's got all the townspeople on her little claws, and she's just doing, no, you've never met me.
All of these like about democracy is Thalia being like, you strange humans in your ways of democracy. In our clan with the Leonids, we just have one person in charge and they tell us what to do. But if we disagree with them, we kill them and we put someone else in. It's much easier. Anyway, so she's like talking about this.
Still laughing at you. Haven't met
you find
me,
yourself
but I'm
magically
quite
wearing
nice.
wigs.
Yeah. I'm lovely.
You find yourself wearing wigs and little barrister outfits over your normal clothes.
Oh, Deceit had
and,
it already, like ready to go.
Thalia has been adding these little costumes that she's been producing from a bag. You didn't know she sewed, but she does. She's like, it's a good hobby. It's calming on my stomach. And so, you've got basically some different options. You can come up with your own option. But the Black Spider, Nesnar, has obviously been terrorizing the region. And he spouts a few things about, obviously he promises he'll leave. A lie. I can't possibly be killed. There's no point. Not true. Just let me be in charge. No, we're not going to let you do that. So, he's sort of like tried to make his case, but it's up to you, as I say, as outsiders who have no long-term vested interest in how this town will fare after this point, to think about what you'd like to do with the Black Spider. You may talk to all these NPCs to get more of their opinion as well. And Thalia is mostly playing as guard because she's excited to show off her muscles again. So she's just painting.
Ripped off the sleeves.
Osfire steps forward is like, I am not very well versed in your local law. I am more a man of cleric law myself. And I am willing to duel law with you people if you want me to. But I think we should just kill them and get it over and done with at this stage, really. That's just my opinion.
Here, says the Orchard Man.
That is the general situation of cleric law, is either heal them or kill them. Well, that's generally the law I've been going by. So, and it's worked all right so far.
Deceit is now in like a pink pantsuit with blonde hair, and it's just like has a dog, as a small dog, and it's just like, well,
oh my god,
I don't. Well, you see, the drow actually has a perm. You see, and no, I'm not going to go into the whole perm. I've seen it too many times on TikTok. Just holding their tiny little dog that they've just absconded from the floor. I don't know.
You see, the half of me is like,
thank you.
How did they get that?
I'm the lawyer here. Well, I believe that we should probably hand him to the Zentarum for maybe a tidy little sum from our Halia, whatever your surname was. I don't care as long as you're paying me. But just
Thornton. Yes.
Yes.
We'll give you money. Yes.
Oh well, it's probably going to be a lot of money, and we don't really care what happens to him. We might as well get paid extra.
I mean, we'll give you money now.
Is this her saying it to me? Oh, so you just give me money anyway?
Yeah, I'll give you money now for the guy.
Damn. I was hoping I could get you on a loophole there. I think we should give him away for money.
Harbin pipes up and says, I'm against Halia getting him because then her lot will come down and be annoying and try and control everyone with his powers. And she's like, I don't do that a little bit.
I am very much against that. That's not a good thing. And that does not abide by cleric law.
I don't understand this cleric law, but I only went to Yarvard College. I was trying to think of like, how can I think of D&D Harvard here, whatever it's called. But I don't understand cleric law. All I understand is money. So I just want the money, to be honest. So if somebody's paying me, I'll do whatever they want in this regard.
Oster has been kind of like listening to Osfire's argument of, you heal him or you kill him. Deceit's give me money for the prisoner.
Money, please.
Money, please.
Money, please. Money, please.
And the entire time he's kind of like Oster's very uncomfortable. Like he's really like he doesn't want to have to make this decision. This isn't the fun part. This is awful. And like with the crowd kind of gathering, he's getting a little bit more. No.
All right. I'm just kidding.
All right.
No. Declan's loving it. Oster is uncomfortable, and he kind of he looks around like those that have kind of gathered to like hear what's being discussed and what the options are, and he is going to look for the Rockseeker brothers, the two surviving Rockseeker brothers, Nundro and Gundren, in the crowd if they're there.
They're dramatically lit on the balcony, which has appeared. It's a one-level courthouse.
They had this installed for Deceit.
I like this town. They give me money. They give me balconies. Oh.
And he's gonna look up at the two brothers. It kind of doesn't feel right that we should be the ones. Yeah, Mr. Nesnar is, a bad person. I'm not saying he's not due punishment, but he hired a gang to terrorize Phandelver, and he roused all those goblins to create problems on the road. And as I'm listing these things out, and he's going to look at Nesnar, those are really bad crimes. But
I'll get the mace. So I'm still.
Master, no. I think the Rockseekers should decide. Gundren and Nundro lost their brother Thardan in all this. And he's kind of...
Yeah, you notice there is like a third seat left empty for the
also
brothers.
have a question. Where's Sildar in all of this? Wasn't he?
Oh yes, well he came. You rescued. I believe we rescued him.
Yeah, he should still be in
we?
Phandelver. No? Or
yeah, he's here. He's also sat with the brothers. Let's say.
I kind of turn. I'm like, what do you think?
And he says, "Well, I was kidnapped, had all my possessions taken off me, and left in a dark cave. So, my opinion is eye for an eye.
So we need to kidnap
him in a cave.
put him in a dark cave, and take all of his belongings. I kind of like this.
I mean,
this gets me
we kind of found him in a dark cave though, and we took him from the dark cave and brought him here. So he kind of was
already have his belongings.
Yeah, and he doesn't really have anything.
Well,
so,
you asked me for my opinion. That's my opinion. I'm just a merchant. I'm not a lawyer.
I rest my case. For your honor, it's fine. Don't worry.
Law.
Yeah. The two brothers at this point, I think Nundro like bangs his fist on the wood dramatically, and it echoes throughout the room. And he says, "He killed our brother. Right. That's 1/3 of us. I think we should take 1/3 of him." And then like, whoa. I was going to say in prison, personally. But
I mean,
so is the prison here really like maximum security enough to like hold level of like prisoner? Should we take him back to like Neverwinter maybe, so where he can be trapped?
I think you'll find our prison is highly equipped.
I think you'll find.
And you see, there's just one cell, like with like a little rusty door.
Deceit just walks over and just like pushes the door.
Yeah, the door just crumbles to dust.
Might I suggest something?
We can replace.
I mean, I have a funny feeling if we tell no to the Zentarum and we leave him here in prison and we go away, they're just going to come and take him anyway because it's the Zentarum. These people aren't going to be able to do anything about them. Well,
I look to Halia's
like,
expression.
No, we would never do that.
I mean,
slowly putting away things.
Does my passive insight of 18 let me know she's lying?
It doesn't seem.
Yes, sir, Bob. Yeah. So I think Tasiko's.
You get like the Phoenix Wright moment where you're like, it's a lie.
Objection. Tasik just kind of like looks towards Oster and it's just kind of like, so you think we should go along with what the Rock Seekers think?
Just not the cutting him.
Not the third of him, because that's a bit weird. No offense, but it's a bit weird. You were locked in a cave for however long, so you're a little bit weird now, probably.
I was locked in a cave for I was.
That's understandable. That's understandable. We'll trust the sane brother. And Oscar, you believe, get him?
Well, I'm having a bit of a personal dilemma in this situation. I may have been a bit hasty with the whole murder in him, but I'm wondering, why did the Zentarum want him?
That's a good question. Tell us, and maybe we'll give you him. Ooh, spooky.
I mean, Sally's like, well, he has a lot of magical knowledge.
Oh.
And we like that. It would be very interesting to talk to him more about it, to be honest. And then we'd lock him up again. It's basically the same thing. It's just we'd lock him up.
You want to talk to him about the things he was researching? Like maybe the local area?
Yeah, and like maybe what was in the cave that made it so magical. And, maybe use that for ourselves. But, just in a way that means that we keep the whole area of the north safe and, under control. And just the way that we all like it.
Miss Thornton, well, look, I'll have my people call your people. It's not you. It's not us. It's you. What is the other one? No.
Darn, you saw through my blatant ruse.
Because that's a lot.
I'll have to get you next time.
I want your money, but also that's sketch, and I don't like that. That's kind of giving me the ick.
Darn, I don't know. I just thought you looked so well dressed that you would be interested in more money, but
What's that supposed to mean? Do you think I need to buy more clothes? Do you think I don't look good enough already? Oh, I've had enough of you.
You said it. You said it.
I just swear.
Oscar is now kind of like.
Can we have some? Can we have some order in this court? Can we have some order in this court? And just
yes, some order. Yes, thank you.
On fire just this wig.
Some order.
Just adjust the wig.
Deceit's wig is dishevelled now, and it's just like.
At this point, you hear multiple tiny knocks on the door to the courthouse.
Oh my god! What could that be? Who could that be? I'll go answer. I'll get it. And Deceit just runs over and opens the doors.
You open it, and there's a tide of small goblins, all now wearing the same little like jumpsuit uniforms, holding little hammers and sickles with a Union of Goblins sign, and they go, "We wish for representation as well.
Oh,
we deserve a voice."
You do. Okay, all of you speak at once. It'll be great. And Deceit's just like
all of them are asking for different things. Some are not asking for anything to do with the case. It's just like, I desire a pie. We want to be able to. But some of them are saying things like, we should be able to run Cragmore Castle for ourselves. Some are saying we want to be able to go into Wave Echo Cave because we don't care if it's covered in mushrooms and spiders. We like those sorts of things. But most of them are just like, we don't really like the black spider. He just paid us some money, but then it didn't even get to us. It's not proportional representation.
Oh, God.
We've heard the goblins' testimony. They're there. I think they should have Cragmore Castle. That just sounds correct.
Might I suggest something that'd be beneficial for all involved? The goblins get the castle and the caves, and they share the loot and the spoils in that area with the people of Phandelver. There's a mutual investigation thing in this area. They get to share everything. Just like you are all unionized and representation. You represent that part of this land, and the people here represent this part of this land. And we take this motherfucker and we bring him to somewhere and we execute him. Because he is evil and he has caused all of these problems.
And Oster is now going to try and grab Osfire and just hold him back.
So, no. I love the passion. I love the passion. I love more passion, more footwork. I agree.
More passion.
Big fish, little fish, and there's going to be a cardboard box. But I agree. I think Osfire makes some valid points. We should do that because you could all benefit from having goblin friends and having non-goblin friends, aimed at the goblins, by the way, and. We could benefit from taking this guy to prison and maybe getting a little bit of extra pay from the Neverwinter authorities. And also maybe execution if that's on the cards, but maybe we'll think about it.
You see the halfling lady who was trying to be sensible about it is like, that seems sensible and long-term thinking. I'm in. And Darren Eldmath, that orchard man, is like, seems like you'd have it under control and we wouldn't have to deal with the goblins anymore because we'd be working together. I'm in. Halia Thornton has left while the goblins were coming in. Harbin Wester is like, it seems like it's undermining my authority slightly. But no one's really listening. And the goblins are like, the castle! But Quaylen and Darren do say, well, we were on different sides here, whether we should kill him or just lock him up. So what are you going to do when you take him to Netherwinter? And that's your final question. I say in my teacher voice, sorry. The final question for today, class, in your plenary is... Sorry, I'm doing my teacher training. But yeah.
I really hope you don't give your
students
these
these
kind of
are you going to kill him when you take him to... Yeah, they're like, are you going to kill him when you take him to Netherwinter, or are you just going to lock him up?
I reckon we hand him over to Netherwinter authorities. Let them do with it.
Yes,
prison.
It's their decision. Yes, it's the decision of the authorities we hand him over to. But if it's prison, if they decide to execute him, that's blood off our hands. He's done enough. He needs to be put away, either for good or for good, if you get me.
I am going to relieve him of all of his magical items at the moment. I'm going to just start going over.
I've already robbed him blind.
Pulling shit off him. Just, literally orange jumpsuit.
Harbin has been making an in-depth inventory that will be published at a later time in the court records. And yeah, he's like, in that case... Sorry, no, that was the goblin voice. In that case, We shall entrust him to you to return to Neverwinter to deliver to the authorities. And if you get any spare money, can you send it to us as well, please? We need to build a new jail cell.
Don't worry, you can trust me with that. Don't worry about it. All money will be. You'll be well looked after. I'm never coming back here again.
As we leave, I pass the dude with the keys. I give him 10 gold. To say thank you.
Oh, thank you. Oster, are you adding anything? And the ending.
Oster has also been kind of taking his own records. Like he has been taking, like now that we're back, and he wasn't particularly. He didn't want to kill the Black Spider, but he also didn't want to be responsible for any of that decision. But so he was kind of like, I'll be the notary. I'm taking all the information. I'm jotting things down as well. And he.
As you're
no, please, yeah,
sorry, you go. I was going to say, as you're taking these notes, can you do a perception check for me?
And that is with a... What is my perception? Oh, +1. Okay. That is a dirty 20.
Ooh.
Cool. Good. In that case, you notice as the corporate season had been wrapping up and everyone's been distracted discussing all of this, but you're carefully taking notes, Oster, as you have been doing. Because you've not been to a court before, and this is a very important part of the adventuring process. You notice that Nesnar, given that these facilities are not the best, has been slowly and quietly waving his hands and muttering something, and is starting to turn invisible.
Oster is going to... Again, it's that thing of Osfire, what would Osfire do? React. And he is just going to, in the middle of like everyone shaking hands, and like he's not going to say that guy's trying to get away. He is going to literally leap into action with a leap kick. He is just going to spring off of one foot and go to kick Nesnar right into the guts, like out of nowhere. He's not going to say anything. He's not going to do it. He's just going to no, and he's going to like leap.
No. Okay, we're not going to do a full initiative or anything because he's obviously chained up. But can you just do roll an attack for me? With advantage.
So that's an 18 on the first one anyway, or a 26 on the second one.
Yeah.
Sweet Christmas, Mother of God.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Swift kick of justice.
And that is 12 with an 8 on my d8. That is 12. 8 plus 4 is 12 bludgeoning damage.
Cool. He doesn't die.
Oh,
yeah. Pleased to know. But you do kick him very hard in the stomach, and he goes, "Ugh!" The only words you've heard from his mouth so far, apart from lies, and he goes, "Ugh!"
He was trying to go invisible. He was trying to go invisible.
Oddfire turns and straight away casts Hold Person.
Yeah, and he's like, "Ugh!"
And slaps
you have him back under control. Yeah. Ooh,
I wanted to feel involved. I'm sorry.
Carmen's like, that's not proper procedure. But managing to get him under control, he doesn't escape, which was basically what I was just going to double check that you still had eyes on the prisoner. And so yeah, you're able to Hold Person. You get some proper manacles, and you journey back to Neverwinter. And Thalia finishes looking through the court documents. Is like, yes, I'm very glad that we went through all of that. How fascinating. And then slowly starts to like clip it into Oster's journal. Like, it's good to keep track of all of these things.
I love how like half the journal now is just going to be like these court like legal papers.
Yeah.
The spine is irreparably damaged.
And she's like, look, if you're good. I think Thalia has been invested in Oster's like adventuring journey ever since hearing about these magazines, and has got quite into it herself, and is now very much of the like Baldur's Gate theory on adventuring, which is that you should always document what you did so that you can get better for the next time. And so she's also taken up sort of like journaling, but in her own style of mostly like pasting in bits of like brass and interesting things that she found. But she's like, got to keep up to date. You haven't filled in very much in this, Oster. What happened? You were so rigorous when you started, but there's not much at the end. And I'll pass over to you, Declan, for the last bit.
Oster kind of he looks at the book, and now with all those extra pages and an appendices on local Phandelver law going back 100 years because you needed that as a reference point for the judge's outcome. He kind of flicks through it a little bit, and he kind of puts the cover back down. It's when we got back to Neverwinter, we didn't really have a chance, and he kind of like gestures around, to talk about what had happened, I guess. I went back to the jail a couple of days after we got back. I handed over some, and he kind of gestures at the diary, of the pages, kind of outlining what the Black Spider had been doing. You all know what happened, Nesnar, in the end?
I don't remember.
No.
They executed him. He was given a very quick trial, and I tried to present what the Rockseeker brothers had wanted, minus the whole 1/3 of him part, but it was a very quick. His crimes were read out. He was found guilty, and they executed him. Didn't like that, really. It's kind of why, and when I came back, I'm glad that you were able to, you answered, and we were able to talk about it now. So, thanks for filling in those pages. I don't necessarily think the whole spider wall thing happened, but I mean, I get it. It's a metaphor. It was a metaphor for.
It's a metaphor for come see my next play titled More Than Seven-Legged Strangers.
No, yeah, I and definitely to see. Yeah, I would love to check that play out sometime. There was I want you to. I don't know if you recall. And he's been, when he came back from the kitchen, he was carrying a small little box. I had thought that maybe when we got back that we'd all go off and maybe do something else. We didn't really get a chance to kind of figure that out. Obviously, Osfire, you were busy, and to see you had your shows, and Thalia, you had your fitness regime stuff to get back into. Yeah, regime. So I get it. You all had your lives. I didn't get a chance to say. And he kind of looks down at the box. Thank you. That was I learned an awful lot from the three of you when we were in Phandelver. And he kind of just kind of scratches the back of his head. It was a bit of a greenhorn. You might have noticed.
What? No.
We all got to start somewhere. We all start on our road at some place. The way it works.
We do this thing in my family. We don't really believe in endings. Like there's more. There's always more, and stories go on even if we're not part of them. But I didn't get to give you this. And he puts the box on the table, and he lifts the lid on it, and he peers in for a moment. He looks a little bit puzzled, and he takes out a small little scrap of card. It's it's like one of the beer mats that's been ripped up, and there's just a note, and he reads it out loud. Went snooping, already found it. Thanks, XOXO Calda. And he puts it down, and he reaches into the box, and he takes out these very well kept, untouched golden orange capes that Oster bought the day we left Neverwinter with his allowance because this was going to be our squad's colours. This would be a signature look, and he takes each of them out, and they've all been wrapped in a very, very fine little layer of soft paper to kind of keep them dry and to keep them protected. And he passes one out to each of you. He passes one to Osfire, and it just has a bit of embroidering, and it just says the Master. And Deceit, he passes you. Yours has had a bit of an attaché on the cowl. There's now a fur, like a mink fur. It's faux. He's not putting it, but you don't know that. It's so well made. It's perfect. And it says, your embroidery says the player, and Thalia, yours is a muscle fit tank top kind of thing with a hood on it. And
like a boxer.
Yours just says the Force. And Oster takes his out, and it's still the exact same. It's still an orange caped scarf, and he puts it on, and it just says the newbie. And he closes the box. He looks at the three of you, and his hand finds the piece of card that Calda had left. Thanks for starting my journey with me.
Thalia just like, you've never seen much emotion from her, but she's just like just like, Oster, I'm so proud of you. I'd forgotten how you were. You've come on so much since the start, and you obviously have been squatting every day. I'm so proud of you. You did so good. You don't need to be the newbie. We need like 2 masters or a better name. And then she just gives you like this bone crushing hug and is like, you're so good.
Oh, my back.
Sorry.
Noted, Thalia. Yeah, thanks.
Anyway, yeah, good job. Hits you really on the back. Good job. Yeah, okay.
We always have a little tradition in my theatre for finale performances. So we have that little moment together. And I think before we head to bed for the evening, we leave, and Deceit casts dancing lights, just like dancing lights to like hit wherever any candles were. And it's just going to like dot the room with the little lights. And they just kind of say, we don't leave a dark stage. We don't turn the lights out before we go to bed. We leave the stage brightly lit, so the way is lit for us in the morning, so we can have more of this, more of these memories, more of these moments. And I think you deserve a little finale tradition too. And this is wonderful. The embroidery is quite skilled. Thank you. It was just a wild, wild ride. Honestly, I was a little green myself too then. That was only like my 3rd, 4th adventure. It was actually my first. But I think I always admired your honesty, your candor, your greenness, as you said. And I guess I'm sorry for not sticking around a little bit longer and giving you your finale ritual moment. So let's have it now.
Allsfire reaches over and takes out his medical sewing kit, and he looks at where it says the newbie. He's like, nah, that name doesn't suit, boy. And he reaches over and he starts to sew really quickly with his +5 to medicine with stitching. And he takes a minute, And he pulls back, and instead of saying the newbie, it just says the heart.
Oh. Oster kind of like, with just tears in his eyes, he reaches down for his cup of, it's water. He's been drinking water the entire time. He's still, like, even though he's closed the tavern, he still feels like he's working in it because he's been getting you your drinks and stuff. So you don't drink on the job. And he just takes his cup and he kind of holds it up into the middle of the table to old friends and absent friends, and he looks at the chair that Calda would be sitting in, and the friends who couldn't join us. And with that, there's a knock on the door to the Bard's Quill Tavern. Yet. So I got in touch with some of the others, and he kind of looks at the door, and he looks down at the journal. No, the story continues. There's so much more to tell you. And he kind of just brings the glass in to like clink everybody's, and there's more furious knocking on the... I better get that. They're going to get really mad otherwise. And we bring Random DMs, The Lost Mines of Phandelver, to a wonderful close. So thank you. Oh, apparently chat wants me to say Oster la vista, baby. So there you go, homebrew. Thank you so much to Wayne, Philippa, and Dahi for that absolutely smashing session where 4 DMs took one finale and ran it their way. So before and thankfully no one in chat said, and into the ground. But
where else is it going to go?
Yeah, where? Never. Dig deeper.
Dig up, guys. Come on, let's go.
I want to hand it over to the other DMs and the other players to let us know where we can find you. Let us know if you're working on anything that you want to show off. And we'll go kind of from the order that we have on screen at the moment. So Wayne, Philippa, then Dahi, and I will close things out with the last few messages.
Okay. So you can find me across social media, just Wayne Talbot, at Wayne Talbot on a lot of different things. But I am the DM for Sorcery and Shenanigans. So I'm Dungeon Master on that, and it's currently we're kind of deep into our Spelljammer campaign. That you can find it on YouTube, Spotify, or anywhere you find your podcasts. We're not on Twitch. We are on YouTube instead. We haven't gone on Twitch because we do drink on our sessions, and you're not allowed to do that on Twitch. So that's where we are. You can find us there. We also have really good giveaways thanks to our sponsor, Dublin City Comics. And this month's giveaway is a doozy. We have a copy of the brand new, literally just released, Lore and Legends from Dungeons and Dragons. So Dungeons and Dragons Lore and Legends, available to win. And it's open to everyone. So you can go over to our YouTube channel and literally answer a simple question, put the answer in the comments, and then share the video on social media, tag in the Irish Podcast, and you're in a chance to win it. And it's open to everyone, open to anyone around the world. We'll send it in the post wherever it is. We've had people as far as New Zealand with prizes, and we popped them in the post and away they go. So do check us out, Sorcery and Shenanigans, and it's myself, Kim Brosnan as Gray Pipstrel, the Tabaxi Bard, and Gillian Dempsey as Zilzara Masroon, a Drow sorceress, and we're zipping through the stars trying to solve mysterious curses. So yes, go find us.
Awesome, Wayne.
That's pretty much it.
Philippa?
Yeah. where can you find me? You can find me most places online at Mort Philippa. Philippa with 1 L 2 P's. So for example, the place formerly known as Twitter, Blue Sky, Tumblr, TikTok, YouTube. And also now I have a website as well, www.philippamort.co.uk. But my most exciting thing coming up soon is if you are in Europe and planning to attend Dragon Meet, the convention in London, I am going to be running a table to sell some of my adventures and games in person physically for the first time, and some cute stickers and things like that. So come and say hello if you are coming to Dragon Meet. And similarly, if you can't come to Dragon Meet but you still want to check out some of the games and adventures I have written, you can find them on Drive-Thru RPG, DM's Guild and Itch.io, again under the name Philippa Mort. So yeah, I've written lots of fun little adventures and things, most of them silly, like my DMing style. So yeah, if you like the sound of those, check those out. And that's me, Philippa Mort.
Thanks, Philippa. Dahi, I was about to go Deceit. I can't tell where one begins, the other ends.
There's no difference. I am the Hephaestus Amber of this.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Dahi. Dahi Carroll. I am found on most places at the Real Baronzaya. It is in the chat there, under where you can find us. But I'm also going to pop a little at where you can find me on Instagram in the chat. It's at Dahi C Design. Yes, Amber. Wow, but it's true. It's true. Not rude. It's true. It's not rude if it's true. No. But I don't have anything super duper like crazy coming up soon. You might see me here a little bit more, hopefully, fingers crossed, maybe. If the stars, maybe, who knows? No one knows, except some people do know. You might see me here a little bit more. And hopefully in the new year, you'll see some fun, interesting content, possibly from me. I'm taking a little bit of a break from like doing things online and like that kind of stuff, because I am currently in a new job, so focusing on that. But you can find me online, chat with me online, and maybe you'll see me here again. Who knows? Declan's gonna have to kick me out of this place. Like, get rid of me.
Not at all. The more the merrier. I just, before I get into any kind of closing stuff, seriously, folks. I know there was a bit of a time gap. I don't care. It is an absolute pleasure to get to DM alongside the three of you, and having seen you all in action in some shape or form, class, and then to get to play in one of your games with you guiding us through is a treat all in itself. So seriously, Wayne, Philippa, and I, thank you. I have had a blast. I apparently I'm not allowed to say I'm an eternal DM anymore because of this stupid show, where occasionally I get to be a player. But I had such a blast with random DMs, and it was exactly what I was hoping it would be. And I'm very much looking forward to continuing. And who knows who will be back as we look into the next arc of random DMs. And that does lead me to the first thing I would like to mention. If you are out there and you're like, you know what, I would like to be a random DM. I would like to jump into D8 Dungeon Adventure. We do have a sign up that you can get in touch with us at if you would like to get involved. But outside of that, the other way to just get in touch and just even flag interest in working with us and other projects, collaborating, maybe even crossovers, who knows, if you drop an email to d8dungeon@gmail.com, and whether that's you want to possibly come join us for a random DMs adventure or something else that we're doing, we want to work with more folks. That is how things get. Telepath Nerd, he's talking about us. Let's scram. Oh boy. And is it too late to undo what happened in the finale and do something worse to the pair of you? I'll just edit it that way. So do get in touch. It would be great to hear from other TTRG tabletop role playing game creators. It's the end of the session and my tongue is very tight. But
can I make a small request?
Yes.
Can we roll a d4?
Yes,
just to
definitely.
sign out with, because that would be hilarious. And whoever gets the thing just wins. Just wins D&D. Just
wins random D&D.
Has officially run all of D&D.
Okay,
has officially just wins D&D.
Okay, I need to. I will set that up. Yes, you'll need to buy me some time while I set it up. But yes, I can do that.
I will. I just think it would be very cute.
I do.
I'll just start voguing.
I do want to quickly mention some new friends of the show. And some new friends of ours at D8 Dungeon, Mystery Dice Goblin, the D&D Dice UK shop, catering to all of your TTRPG needs. I need new dice. I actually did order 2 mystery bags off of them just as a heads up.
Do you really? After the
I actually
we saw earlier on.
Pots of dice.
When I was those are just random obscure dice that I haven't decided to put into like anything. They're just in jars. And then over here, there's
the proper dice.
Then there's another jar of dice that I've yet to decide what I'm doing.
We know who the mystery dice goblin is here. It's Declan at the end of
it. You just like kick a couch in Declan's house and
dice fall out. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Those are my couch dice. If you use the code D8 at checkout, you get 15% off your order. And because our work with Mystery Dice Goblin, if you use that code, we get a portion of the sale. We get 20% of that sale. That comes back to us as a commission. And that helps us run more shows. That helps us buy new equipment. And we're looking to get some new equipment for our podcast. So do keep an eye on our socials, D8 Dungeon, for more information on how you might be able to help us out. And yeah, so totally do check out Mystery Dice Goblin. And what else is there to say?
Well, one thing we have to say is, Declan, is thank you for having us.
Oh,
because this was your idea, so it's all your fault. So thanks for having us.
Absolutely,
I'll take that.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to have gotten that little email back like last year. I was like, yes, I want to be part of this. Yes.
I do actually want to quickly flag Luca Wilder, the artist, who was incredible to work with. Luca took on our commissions and designed those characters and was really, really good and awesome to work with, because they any redraws or any kind of like notes were all taken on board and are amazing. You can check out their art station. It's just linked into chat there. And we are going to continue working with Luca on random DMs. So that's going to be exciting. After that, I would love if you would come hang out with us over on our Discord server. You can check us out on social media at D8 Dungeon. As I've already mentioned at the start of the show, we have a podcast called Romancing the Dungeon that releases fortnightly on all major podcast platforms. We have a brand new Twitch
award-winning.
Yes, that as well. We have a new show here on Twitch every second Monday, and the next episode is coming this Monday coming. So Beyond Horizon's Edge, and it's just at the start, so it's a good point to jump on, like, because you'll figure things out as we go through it.
So you're not that far beyond the Horizon's Edge.
We're just kind of coming up to Beyond. Yeah, we're just getting to the Beyond. We're not over it yet.
You just have to come up to the Beyond, and then you take the left, and then
and then you're at Horizon, and the Edge is just down the road past two farmhouse. But if you see the duck pond,
until morning.
Yes,
second star on the right.
Homebrew Show wants to know: are we doing Secret Santa in the Discord this year? Yes, we are. We are continuing our D8 Dungeon Secret Santa, and it's open to all members of the Discord. And again, it's a contribute what you can, and if someone gets me this year, I love homemade gifts. I am a sucker for a homemade gift. Just love them. Don't care if it costs absolutely nothing. I just love the time and effort that goes into a homemade gift. I don't give them out anymore because people laugh at my homemade gifts, and my food doesn't travel that well. So there's that. But do check us out on social media at D8 Dungeon. Saving Grace is coming back. Our gothic horror series set in the world of Romancing the Dungeon following Grace Stormfield is returning in the new year. Random DMs will be coming back for another new adventure with some familiar and some new DMs. We have Beyond Horizon's Edge, and there's other things in the works that if you're following us on social media, you will discover. I will be wrecking Dahi and Philippa and Wayne's head about it, no doubt, sometime in the future. A fun collaborative thing that myself and Ben from Homebrew and Ben from D8 Dungeon, it's the same Ben, are working on together. So yeah, stick around for those. That's I kind of don't.
Are we rolling this stuff?
Oh yes. So okay, you distract the audience while I get the dice roller going.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. I don't know what to distract the audience with. You said everything that needs to be said. Actually, these are so nice. These are from Catch Henri. They are a non-binary Irish artist. They're Zelda heart containers.
Oh, cool.
They also did these beautiful ones too. They're the stamina containers. They're so good. They're an amazing artist.
Let me tell you about my
They're super good. No, they're such a lovely artist. You can find them on like TikTok and Twitter, and like they're super. Also, I have a fan. No, I really don't know what else to do.
I'm almost there. Keep going. I'm almost there.
It's almost there. It's just there. It's there.
Okay, we're gonna have a desk tour. Look at this tiny pink whale I have.
Oh, that's cute. Hang on, I've got a
look at this. Desk. Look at this tiny little cross-stitched frog. This is actually an Animal Crossing frog.
Oh! I kind of feel left out now. Hang on. Here, I've got a stitched pumpkin. There we go.
So these are our characters for next time.
Oh,
I'm definitely going to be Henry from Animal Crossing.
Oh, Totoro, nice.
Okay, wait. So am I the pink guys? Realistically,
so Wander Home Campaign.
Am I the
Wander Home Campaign?
Or am I the frog?
You're both.
You're
a bonded couple. You travel together, obviously.
Nice.
This is me, and this is my warlock patron.
Yes. Yeah.
Iconic. This is Henry from Animal Crossing that I had commissioned during lockdown because I love him so much.
That's
so
adorable.
Cute.
Okay.
I'll just back my way from
Right. So Oster is a 1, Osfire is a 2, Thalia is a 3, and Deceit is 4. Okay.
Yeah.
I hope that's showing up on screen for everybody. So this is the role to determine who won D&D.
Who is best?
Who wins D&D?
Okay.
Who the best?
Oh, sorry, I got rid of the dice. Now it's back. 3. Thalia, Philippa is the forever DM. Oh wow! Look at those graphics. Look at those graphics.
Yeah, it's my Apple Mac. Yeah.
I am the best. Thank you.
Yeah.
I always knew it all along.
I can't believe Philippa finally won D&D. Somebody finally won.
I won. Wow, now I never have to play again.
Proper order.
Oh no! That wasn't actually It's you have to play for eternity.
Oh yeah, no. The prize is you play forever.
Yeah.
No, I like D&D.
With that, and as much as I do not want to say goodbye to you, absolutely phenomenal, you amazing players and dungeon masters. It has been an absolute pleasure to work with and roll with the three of you. So here's to working together in the future. And to everybody who joins us this evening, thank you so much for your time, your energy, for your comments in chat. And we will see you next Monday, hopefully. And if not, check out the latest episode of Romance the Dungeon dropping on Friday. The finale is coming very, very soon. Edge, tease. Roll the credits, I guess. And I'm the one rolling the credits, but I just always wanted to say that. So good night and take care.
Bye.
Thank you so much, everyone. Bye.